children that are born without money, without any money. Great parents, they can have everything, can be great, but they have no money. They can become very wealthy children at 18, and they can flip it over, or their people can flip it over into other vehicles at a certain age so that they don't take it out. I would recommend they probably don't take it out, but they can have a lot of money, especially if the market continues. Can you imagine if you did this during Trump a year ago, a year and a half ago, where the market's gone up at levels? As an example, everybody said when I got elected, there's no way that during the 4-year period we'll ever hit 50,000 on the Dow. And we hit 50,000 on the Dow, I would say, in the first year, records. We had records. What NASDAQ has done, what the New York Stock Exchange, all the stock exchanges, 7,000 on the S&P was impossible during the first year, but they really thought it was impossible in 4 years, and we hit it before the first year. So if the children had invested the money a year and a half ago, we should have acted faster, actually. It's too bad. But it's going to go up. We have a hot country. It's going to go up. I think the market's going to go through the roof.
Every single time prior that Trump said something of this sort, that he thinks the market is going to go up, that he thinks the market's in a good spot, he thinks we should not be this low, or he thinks we should be higher, the market's done some pretty good numbers. And you may say, Dusty, Trump has said this plenty of times, but here's the thing. Every single time he made it such an emphasized claim, the markets went on a crazy rampage pretty quickly afterwards. And also in general, since all the markets are at all-time highs, well, the thesis still pretty much stands. But Trump right now, as it stands, is really freaking bullish on the markets. I love to see it. What I do not love to see is the crypto markets condition. Even though the past couple of days have actually been quite nice, we're still not in that bull phase where every single time you wake up, you see 40% gains on one coin. You see 80% gains on another coin. Those are the best times we all love to see, where every single one of our coins just keeps going and going and going. But that made me realize something today. And one thing I really have to make clear in these videos more often, I believe, is first of all, none of this is financial advice. These are just my thoughts, but I'm a random person on the internet. Now that we have that out of the way, it's that if you think about it statistically, you have to realize that most people will miss the bottom and miss the top. Matter of fact, they will miss basically every single really clear indication because they really can't believe that what is so obvious is probably the right call. And to put a bit of an explainer on that, I've been sharing and screaming at the top of my lungs that it's, in my opinion, really too late to think of selling the whole portfolio here to try and buy back cheaper. Could it work? Yes. But from a risk-reward perspective, we've already seen now, I'm going to say, since October 10th, so we had 2 months and now let's say 6 months or so. We already had ourselves 8 months of pure decline, pure awfulness. If you look back at any single bear market, the worst we see is 12 months of decline. In the worst scenario, we have 4 more months to go, but because of institutions, because of the ETFs, we didn't really expect the next bear runs, just like how the top was a lot different than previous runs. We didn't expect the down portion to be so bad. And so from that perspective, it could be right now, or at least a small sort of relief rally before potentially seeing another little low. But generally speaking, even though Bitcoin right now is getting to a really scary point again on the short term, since we had ourselves that engulfing candle for Bitcoin, things are starting to look really positive. This is what I said when Bitcoin went to 57.5K on some exchanges just now. I said, if we're still here tomorrow, if we're going lower, you'll see something really funny in my own accounts. That's because I was going to pull out some really funny account to buy a crazy ton. And right now, it's just my normal Bitcoin adding, but not anything crazy in terms of showcaseable longs. And again, you can look back at the videos I've made over the past week because we've been pretty clear on this, that these are the levels where accumulation makes way more sense than selling. Now, I looked at the comments and a lot of people have been stating that, Dusty, where is this pump that you speak of? Because when I'm looking at these coins, they're not really up a ton. And that's one misconception. that for some reason is really hard to get out of people's heads. And that is the idea that you need to go up that 30% or 20% or something like that in a day. First of all, to make a ton of profit, but second of all, to conclude that the market's in a better spot. Really, when we look back at October 2024, and I'll just actually show you this to make my point a bit more clear, you know that when this was, let's actually see 2024, when this run was happening, right, XRP went absolutely crazy, like basically the end of September, October 2024, this area. If we're looking at this chart, you would actually already notice that the market bottomed August 5th. But it took, well, basically until the 4th of November for us to really see crazy, massive candles within a week. But when looking back at it, the worst was behind us August 5th, or at least the week of that. In this whole debacle here, right, it's slightly different because the moment we get ourselves that engulfing candle from the bottom, right, basically similarly to what we're seeing right now, you can see how quickly we saw another top. Here it went pretty quickly because the candles were pretty severe. But most people only started getting really in the mood again, most likely, not at the bottom, not in April 7th or in that week, but most likely when we were actually starting to get back towards the actual high range, most likely somewhere within May. In this case, there was only a month in between, which was significantly shorter than what happened before, but the point still being that even in this case right here, people start to get bullish in this endeavor, mostly only around May, even though the bottom in this case here was seen already all the way back in February on some exchanges here and the end of February. It depends on the exchange. Now, what are we seeing again? We get to an important resistance maybe over the next couple of days at roughly 65.7K, 65.5 depending on the exchange. If we cross that barrier, where's the next most important resistance? Well, most likely we're going to be watching for around 69K, basically the previous tops that we saw back in 2021, and obviously the local tops that we saw in 2024. At least we trended at a couple of different occasions in 2024. Now, most likely as it currently stands, people really still will not realize that the trend has shifted from mostly being downward sloping to upward sloping until we're already very well into the next bull market. I just had to say it, I just had to put it out there. So how to prepare yourself for that? Realize that when the market's good, usually the trend continues. And so when I'm talking about a pump, that's really because the last couple of days or weeks were so dark that any single shift in pattern I consider to be a pump, because going from 57.5K to 63.7, that's huge. People retired their entire families off of it, and if you can't do it, that's because you may not be playing around with enough schmeckles, enough money. Not a thing you should necessarily change. I'm just saying that may be what's going on in the background. Some people really are putting everything on the bottom, and well, you can see it pops off, pays off, whatever. Anyway, some news that's going out there. Again, I'm not telling you to go bigger. I'm just saying that just because it's not enough for you doesn't mean it's not a really big deal and that the tides all of a sudden have shifted. Ripple has officially revealed a EU CSPS license from Luxembourg's CSSF, making it fully MiCA compliant across 30 EEA countries. Now, that's actually a really big step for Ripple. And in old times, I'd make a whole video screaming at the top of my lungs because of how amazing it is. But you realize that right now, the market ain't really doing too much based off of this, right? You can see almost no coin is pumping based on any sort of news. There's a couple of coins that were in double-digit gains earlier today. Right now, they've succumbed to the market here. But also on the downside, we have only one coin, now two coins in double-digit losers. Meme Core at minus 12% and 𝗬𝗪 at minus 11 or so percent. If we can refresh this, you can see, here we go. Even a bigger pump right now. Bitcoin at 64.3K. Remember guys, I made a video 10 days ago talking about history repeating itself, and that is basically that they really will try to trap you in every way, shape, or form by making you sell at the most stupidest of times. And I know my story here is going a bit from left to right. Matter of fact, while I'm thinking here, I also had to realize I have to quickly explain what exactly is happening in terms of numbers, but most importantly is the FOMC minutes coming out over on Wednesday, Thursday, initial jobless claims data and June existing home sales data, and Friday, EIA monthly report, with Tuesday, the ADP employment change data. Not something I really focus on too much myself. And we already had ourselves the June S&P Global Services PMI data. Anyway, you get it, right? Hopefully by me just showcasing sometimes what I've been talking about for the past couple of days, one thing starts to become quite apparent. Nobody really knows anything for sure, and especially in the crypto market. If it was that easy and I'd have a glass ball, I'd first of all tell you, but also it couldn't happen, right? There's nothing that's guaranteed. All we know is thus far the crypto markets never let us down. Most of the major markets, like the stock market, have never let us down. So why would they all of a sudden start failing? And if you really think they'll fail, short it like crazy. All I showcase in my videos is how I keep my massive positions open, which sometimes I show a few of them. You've seen probably my XRP trade, but where this is coming from, I've got quite a few still that are looking juicy every single day. Let me just put it like that. It's a pretty crazy downwards position to look at. The last couple of days have been some slight recovery, going up from being down $580K, $580,000 on the position to only $530,000. But give it some time. You'll see how this will shift over the next couple of months. But also, that sometimes when you really feel like you should just double down, really. That's what we should have done now, huh? There's just so much in my head, guys. I keep thinking about it. But I just hopefully in this video was able to give my thoughts out a bit better. That's most people will miss both the bottom and the top. The core thesis there being, just follow whatever you think is most likely to happen. And when the market all of a sudden starts recovering and we see signs of meme coins all of a sudden popping up, we see socials all of a sudden popping off again, we see some trench coins make it out, and the hype and enthusiasm bring back volumes all of a sudden increasing, that's again sometimes where, well, a short relief rally of sorts, at least, perhaps a bull trap, but you figure that out later, happens. That's what I've been calling out here ever since 57.5K. That's what's happening right now. And how long this will last is really hard to say. We'll have to, in my opinion, pay close attention to meme coins, how many new ones get generated, not in terms of actual number, but how much hype can these things sustain. The last couple of days, it's all on X and all on TikTok. All of a sudden, everybody talking about these major coins, especially since that Ansem coin went crazy. Now, if this keeps up, this could mark something really beautiful for the rest of the crypto market. But what I'd love to see most to actually get the confirmation, even though the biggest confirmation we wanted was that engulf now have seen, which was the biggest thing I wanted, is now for some major altcoin, like a Cardano, like an XRP, something of that sort, to get some sort of sprint going. Every single time Bitcoin went down here just now, the last couple of days, every single altcoin didn't really go down as much, which is beautiful to see, all right? That means this altcoin season number keeps going up slowly. Most people will only start getting enthusiastic again, though, when this number is at 90 and when Bitcoin's already back above 100K. I tell you right now, I keep seeing it every single time. I cannot guarantee you nothing. I'm just pointing out to similarities that I keep seeing throughout time. And this is one of those times again where, well, even if this is not the pump, really the worst, in my opinion, in terms of dumps is already behind us. But also this relief rally shows you again that even if you were a delusional bull and you just committed to DCAing, you right now would have gotten yourself a 12% or so gain on BTC, something like that from the local bottom. No, I'm going to say, okay, since we saw 57K, yeah, I'd say 12% works. About 12% or so works for the gain that we've seen on there. Now, and maybe if you were a freaking DCing rapid bull, it would have actually turned out to be a really profitable endeavor. And if we all of a sudden do mark the bottom here, that could have been the best trade of your freaking life. Anyway, I mostly trade using AI nowadays anyway, so I cover it sometimes in these videos, but let me just quickly say it again. If you're a person that wants to learn more about how to use AI for your trading, it's something you're interested in, make sure you check out bottrading.net. It's the first link you'll find in the description down below. And of course, if you want to trade on these crypto exchanges yourself, I mostly trade over on Bluff, and anybody can trade over on there if they want to, or WeX I sometimes use as well. Both links for those will be left down below, or if you're more interested in bot trading, check out Pionex, link is down below, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video somewhere, probably later today, depending on what happens.